Thank you, John. I'd like to call to order the Tuesday, February 20th, 2024 Town of Groton Personnel and Appointments Committee regular meeting, and it is 5:30. Oh, we're at 5:30. Roll call. We have Joe Rusk and Dan Gajewski, and I'm Bruce Jones, Chairman. Calendar and communications. Councilor Gajewski, do you have any communications or calendar?
Just normal communications that all counselors received.
Okay. Councilor Rusk?
I've received various emails that I believe everyone on the committee has received.
Okay, thank you. I also have received various emails and communications from residents. I have a couple housekeeping things I just want to get out of the way. There's no public comment in the Personnel and Appointments meeting. Public comment is not on our agenda. And the Personnel and Appointments Committee is a subcommittee of the Council of the Whole, which also does not have public comment. It's also, it is the practice of the current Personnel and Appointments Committee to not interview those who are being reappointed or those that are in consideration for appointment unless we feel it's necessary. We will only be interviewing new applicants to the ABC boards and commissions. Along with some other changes, we're instituting to help streamline the process and be able to move applicants forward in an expeditious manner. People who are moving from alternate to regular will move forward in the same manner as reappointments. Candidates do not need to reapply or go through the interview process. Each commission chair will just need to fill out the form and send it in as they do for reappointments. Okay, all right, so that takes care of housekeeping. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes?
I move to approve the minutes from January 16th, 2024.
Second.
Second. All those in favor?
Hold on.
Oh, sorry. Is
No.
there a correction?
There's a correction on page 4 of our minutes, page 2 of the meeting minutes.
Okay.
First line, motion to reappoint. It's Hallie Keeler, HALIKEELER.
Oh. What is it? HA?
HALI is her first name.
Yep.
Last name is KEELER, which was discussed in the meeting as well.
Okay. All right. Terrific. Do we have any other corrections to the minutes? No. Okay. All those in favor of the minutes as noted?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, that passes unanimously. All right, new business. We will do, we have several people for interviews tonight for Shellfish Commission and water pollution control. John, who do we have in attendance?
I see Meredith Russell. I'm gonna change her to panelist. I do not see, well, you talked to Ted last time, right?
Yep, so he should be on set. All right. Hello, Meredith, how are you? I think you are muted.
Oh, we also have, is Ellie Mitchell up? Oh, no, it's WPCA, I think. Never mind.
Yep.
Where is it?
You can do Meredith.
Oh, there's Ellie Mitchell. So we have Ellie Mitchell here too.
And Ellie Mitchell, great. Okay, so we can do Meredith first,
Right.
WPCA, and then we'll do Ellie. So welcome, Meredith.
Thank you.
Yep.
John Worsbicky says you're a good group. So you've got to live up to that.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll open to some questions from our members. Councilor Russ, do you want to lead?
My first question is just a procedural question. So on WPCA, we have 3 Democrats. Ms. Russell is also a Democrat. Do we have any minority representation? And what is the rules for that? My apologies for not knowing that.
So we would need to have, we have 2 vacancies.
Mhm.
If Meredith moved forward, we can have 4 Democrats on there. We would need to have a Republican or an unaffiliated as the 5th position. So I
Okay.
think we're okay on that. And they currently don't have a quorum, so they need to have the 4th, they need to have 1 more member on it. So, John, is that okay to do it that way? If we have a vacancy for that other position?
Yes, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay, that was my big question. Have read your application and you seem well versed in this. So thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome. I don't know how well versed I am, but I have a good brain. No, I'm serious.
for this.
And as a former colleague of John's, I certainly have a training in analysis and question asking and fact finding, fact gathering.
Hey, so it says you were an attorney and you did local government law.
I did some. I was on the Board of Ed years ago. I was on the City Council years ago. I worked with the then city attorney, land use attorney, and wrote appeal briefs on behalf of the city. As a practicing attorney, I was also involved in litigation involving, among other things, easements, rights of way, boundary disputes. I have never dealt directly with water issues or water pollution control issues. But I think I've got, as I said, the fact finding or fact gathering analytical background by virtue of my former profession.
Okay.
And I get bored, so John roped me into this. So I said, sure.
We
thank
thank you for applying so we can have a quorum.
Thank you very much. Let me just see here. Meredith, what else have you done in the community? In terms of other volunteers? Yeah,
More
other
recently,
volunteers.
I've worked with, I live in senior housing at Grasso Gardens off of 117 near the library. I have run the community garden for 4 years. That means digging it up, planting it, watering it, weeding it, harvesting, and taking it down each year. Last year was the 4th year. It will not happen this year because of major construction that's supposed to start this summer. I've worked with the Eastern Connecticut Community Garden Association in their fresh produce program, which delivered fresh produce to those residents from Groton Housing Authority who signed up for it. And so I was doing that. And I would also, which meant harvesting, bagging, delivering the produce, and whatever was not going by assignment to those residents who signed up for it, I was taking over to the New London kitchen near Shallott's, right below Shallott's. It has a name and I never did get the name straight. So I've done that. Currently, I take the minutes for the Groton Beautification Committee. I started that, I think, last fall. I do things because of my background. I had a solo practice for 11 years before I retired in elder law. A lot of conservatorship work and Medicaid applications and so forth. And some of my neighbors are aware of my background. They've come to me for, what do I need? And I've helped them put it together. And because I still have my all-in-one, I've copied things for them and I behave as though I'm still a member of the bar. It's all confidential. So I think of that as volunteer work.
Yep. No, all of that is terrific. So that's all terrific. Do we have any additional questions from the committee?
I just want to say I appreciate your ethics and your willingness to volunteer for the community.
Absolutely.
Give back time.
Terrific, terrific. Do we have a motion on the floor?
I can give you a motion first. Motion to appoint Meredith Russell as a member of the Water Pollution Control Authority. So moved.
Second.
Second, all right, we have a second. All those in favor of Meredith Russell moving forward with the Water Pollution Control Authority?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that passed unanimous. All right, thank you very much, Meredith. So
Thank you.
what the Personnel and Appointments Committee does is we make a recommendation to the town council. So this will now move to the next, I'm assuming the next council meeting, where will be voted on by the entire council. So
Okay.
thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for considering me.
Yep.
Brooke, go ahead.
Yes, John?
I was gonna say, looking at attendees, I also see Jay on there. And then just a reminder, I believe you have a motion on the floor still for
Oh, you.
Rathjen.
Okay.
Yep.
Why don't we do that, and then we'll move to the shellfish. Let me just make a note here of what we did.
Should I sign off now, Bruce?
Yes, we are all set. We're all set. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
I will, you too.
Okay, we have a motion on the floor for Ted Rathkin for the Groton Shellfish Commission for a alternate position. It was put on the floor last time. We just didn't vote on it because we were waiting to have all the members. Why don't let's do that at the moment and get that taken care of.
Point of information, that motion is to be an alternate member, correct?
That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep.
Let me just look here. That is right. Okay. All those in favor of Ted Rathkin for the Groton Shellfish Commission alternate position?
Aye.
All right.
As a reminder, he was interviewed last month at the
That's
last
right.
meeting.
And the motion was made by whom and seconded by whom?
I believe it was made by me and seconded by you.
Okay.
Okay, let me just see. And
I'll just double check that.
second by Jill.
No, the other way around. Made
Other
by
way.
Russ,
It was
seconded
the
by
other way around.
Gieske.
Thank you.
So-
I found it in the minutes. I
Yep.
just wanted to make sure that that was noted.
So Joe Russ motion, second Dan.
Yep.
Okay. And that passed. We all voted 3-0, but passed unanimously. Okay. Now that takes care of Ted. John, you have Ally is in the is waiting.
Yes, and then after that, we have Jay.
We have Jay.
And
Okay.
we promote Ally.
Yes, promote Ally.
She's coming in. Okay. You should be set.
You are muted at the moment.
Sure am. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for coming and thank you for applying.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Do we have questions from the committee?
I'll go first. Thanks, Allie, for pointing in to be on the Shellfish Commission. Can you tell me what you know about the shellfish life and the Mystic River Actuary and then the Thames River Actuary in regards to the Shellfish Commission?
Sure. So my knowledge of the workings of the specific ecology within the Mystic River is limited to what I know about estuaries at large, right? So I understand intertidal relationships between fresh and salt water. I understand the importance of the nutrient cycle within those spaces and the interplay within basically the competing uses of the surrounding area and how that then will affect the health of the shellfish that live and eventually maybe harvested within those areas. But are you looking for more details about
Nope.
anything else?
Well, that's all I was looking for.
All right, great. Thank you, Dan.
I just looked at your resume and want to thank you for applying for this position because I feel like you have a very extensive knowledge and background in this and apparently since birth. So thank you for applying and being willing to serve Groton.
It'd be a real exciting opportunity. Thanks for considering me.
Let's see. Can you just talk a little bit just about it says here you have supported community workshops in the Northeast Shellfish Growers Association. Can you just sort of fill us in a little bit on what that means?
Oh, absolutely. So the Northeast Shellfish Growers Association last year contracted with the company that I work for, Lighthouse Consulting Group, to help run a series of community workshops to gather grower and regulator input on best practices for shellfishers on two things. One, how to do floating gear shellfishery aquaculture well. And two, how to do that well in the context of the communities where you live. So, fishers, what can you tell your neighbors about what you're doing? What do you need to do to build community trust? What should you bring with you to your community hearings? What should be done before, during, and after those hearings to ensure that you are building both success for yourself and a broader acceptance of the industry within the communities that you are living and working in? So my job was to facilitate those conversations. I did one in Falmouth, Massachusetts, to gather that information, and then worked with my colleagues on bringing those workshop data together into a final set of recommendations and report that the East Coast Shellfish Growers Association is then incorporating into their practitioner guidance.
Oh. Well, congratulations. That sounds like it's going to bring a very nice contribution to the board and give them a different picture. So, all right, terrific. Councilor Russ, can you bring a motion to the floor for unless there's any more questions? Did you have any more questions? No.
No, I make a motion to approve Ally Mitchell for the shellfish. I'm sorry, hold on, let me make sure. The Shellfish Commission.
Can I hold on? Can I make because there is some technicality with
Go for it.
Oh,
reappointments
wait,
and
I'm sorry.
yeah,
Dan,
so I'll make the motion. Motion to approve Ally Mitchell as an alternate member of the Shellfish Commission pending the Groton Town Council vote of moving alternate Shellfish member Thomas McLaughlin to a full member.
I'll second
So-
that.
So
Okay.
for the just a little so for those watching at home, at last month's meeting, this committee moved Thomas McLaughlin from alternate to full member. But however, the council in early February did not vote on Mr. McLaughlin yet, so we're waiting to move that. And then once Mr. McLaughlin is appointed, Miss Mitchell will then have the alternate spot that Mr. McLaughlin had.
Do we have a second?
I seconded.
Second, Jill? Okay. Okay, all those in favor of moving Ally Mitchell to alternate for the Shellfish Commission? Aye.
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 Aye. All right, that passes unanimously. Congratulations. Thank you, Ally. So then the next steps will be this, we recommend candidates, and then the recommendations will go to the council for full voting at I believe our next council meeting is when that will take place. So thank you for volunteering and helping out the town. So
Great. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
thank you. Okay.
And you still have Jay Latondra on there. Do
Yep.
you want me to promote?
Yes, please.
Coming in. He should be set.
Jay, you are muted.
There we go.
All right. Welcome and thank you for, there you are. Thank you
Thank you for having
for
me.
coming here. All right. So this is for a position for the Shellfish Commission. Do we have questions from the committee?
Hi, Rusk. Can you just explain your background in shellfishing and for the record?
Basically, I have worked in aquaculture for the past 8 years. I went to college and have a bachelor's degree in aquaculture, and I've worked through internships and other volunteer and various reasons for other shellfish companies in the past.
Thank you. Have you ever served on a board or commission before?
No, this would be my first.
Well, thank you. Thanks for jumping in.
What do you know about the Thames River and the Mystic River water actuaries?
Nothing specifically about those rivers. I know a general idea of how the water should be and how the basic structures work. I mean, I work in a hatchery, so I do a lot of spawning and breeding of oysters, culturing of algae, all that. So I know what it takes to make a good quality water for things to be happy in and thrive.
That's it for me, Counselor Jones.
All right, thank you, Counselor. Let me see. So what brought you to marine science? What did you?
I grew up on a boat as a kid, so that's all I wanted to do. When I figured out farming fish was a career I could go into, it was hands down for me.
It all just became, all right.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. All right. Can we have a, thank you.
Can I have one more question?
One more
Where do
question,
you,
yes.
where do you currently work?
I work on Fisher's Island.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Counselor Jones, would you look in favor upon a motion?
Yes, please.
I move that we appoint Jay Latondra as an alternate member to the Shellfish Commission pending the resignation of alternate member Jay Loudon. So moved.
Second.
Okay.
Counselor Jones, do you want to talk about current alternate member Loudon real quick?
Yes, yep. I just want to write down, Dan made a motion. And Jill second. So we currently have an existing alternate member. Jay Loudon is the current existing alternate, and he is going to resign. I saw him this morning, and I also had an email from him. He'll be resigning by Monday. So that fits in the time frame because our council doesn't meet for probably 2 weeks. So as soon as we get that announcement, then you will move forward. So when we vote for you, and if you pass this, then it's a recommendation from us to move you to the council. So as long as Jay has resigned from this position, then you're fine, and you'll just move right on through. So I don't see anything stopping that. He's anxious to do some other things in the town, and he has served a long time on the Shellfish Commission. So so as long as you understand that, it should all work fine. So
Okay.
All right, all those in favor of moving Jay Latondre as an alternate into the Shellfish Commission pending the resignation of Jay Loudon, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Oh. All right, congratulations. Thank you very much. And
Thank you.
that it's a recommend. We give a recommendation, and then it'll just be voted on in the council. So
Thank you
good.
very much.
All right, thank you. Thank you for volunteering and helping out the town. Okay. All right, I think that's everybody, but now we have the Historic District Commission. Dan, we have everybody else covered, right? Tom McLaughlin's covered. I think
Yep,
so.
everything else is covered,
Everything is
and motions were made correctly that we have all with the pending resignation and the vote of the council to move on. So yeah, everybody gets a spot.
All right, great. All right, so the next is Historic District Commission is a reappointment for John Goodrich to move from alternate to regular member. As I mentioned at the top, we do not interview people who are just being reappointed or who are considering for appointment unless we feel necessary. So all candidates will just be voted on. Do I have a motion for And John Goodrich is an existing member of the Historic District Commission. Do I have a motion for John Goodrich?
I don't have a motion, but I have a statement.
Okay,
While certainly Mr. Goodrich appears to have some external support for his appointment, which reference his college degree in art and a passion for preservation of historic homes. Unfortunately, I'm also aware that this candidate has potentially threatened civil or administrative litigation against the town and against Groton residents who volunteer their time and talents to serve untown bodies. Therefore, I'm personally uncomfortable participating in any action or decision relating to his application at this time.
okay, thank you, Counselor. Counselor Gaetti?
I also agree with Councilor Rusk. I am also uncomfortable moving forward with Mr. Goodrich at this time.
Okay, all right. So do we have a motion to move Mr. Goodrich forward? All right, seeing, hearing nothing, I think we will now we'll move on to our next candidate. Thank you. The next candidate for Historic District Commission is Ted Keitzman. And again, we don't need to conduct an interview because he is moving from alternate to regular. Can I have a motion for Ted Keitzman?
Motion to appoint Ted Keitzman from alternate member of the Historic District Commission to full member of the Historic District Commission. So moved.
Second.
Second, Jill? All those in favor of moving Ted Keitzman?
Can I have a discussion on it first?
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Just for those, Mr. Keitzman, he was appointed to an alternate to the HDC in December 6, 2022. He has attended 26 HDC meetings and has been seated as a full member at 25 of those meetings. So he is present, he's active on the committee, and he's also he's the senior warden at St. Mark's Church Mystic. He's involved in Mystic Seaport, Mystic River Historical Society, Mystic Power of Together, and a volunteer at Westerly Hospital. So he's active in the community, active on the commission, and I have no concerns about moving his name forward.
Okay, all right.
Chair Jones,
Yes,
you had received a question about eligibility for Mr. Keitzman to be moved up at this time. Do you want me to, I had the attorney look at that. Would you like me to touch on that?
yes, I would.
Okay. One sec. The question was whether Mr. Keitzman was able to be considered for the full-time position at this time, since his application was received less than 60 days ago. Attorney Christy Kelly reviewed the town council appointment policy on boards and commissions. Section 5.1 clearly states that for unaffiliated applicants, their application is forwarded to both political parties for informational purposes only. 5.13, nothing in section 5.1 or any other portion of the policy for the requires that an applicant from an unaffiliated applicant be held for 60 days before consideration. So the 60 days is for partied applicants.
Okay. All right.
Matter of fact, it was different prior to late 17. I was here when they changed that. It used to be all three, and they changed it to just the parties back at the end of 17.
Okay. All right. Terrific. Thank you. We have a motion on the floor. All those in favor of moving Ted Keitzman from alternate to a regular member of the Historic District Commission?
Aye.
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 That passes unanimously, 3-0-0. I think that takes care of all of our candidates. Is there any other business that we need to cover? I don't believe there is.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Burt.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a nice night.